Hey, Dr. Brad here. So welcome back. I'm with my co-host, Veronica Brion. We used to do a radio show together called Open Door with Dr. Brett. And now we're here just doing these little videos because people love them. Thank you.
Yeah, they do.
Is that not humble enough? I mean, I was like, just came out spontaneously. Well, people enjoy them.
Well, they
So
do
anyway.
enjoy them. So
Okay,
speaking
cool.
about humility, help me understand how people can be very present, very confident, but still keep their humility.
Oh, well, that's a great question. I mean, that's a new one. I haven't heard that one before. So how do you become confident and, what is it?
Not cocky. But
Like super confident and yet still keep your humility. I think that's a mindfulness experience. Mindfulness being like actually paying attention to you and having the self-awareness piece so you don't get too full of yourself and yet you allow yourself to actually be very successful in life. And that's that challenge, right? Is that you have a drive and a passion and a commitment and you allow yourself to succeed. You don't hold yourself back. And yet at the same time, you're aware that, you know, that maybe you have more gifts than someone else, or that maybe you were born into a situation that was, you know, more privileged in some ways. And not everybody has, you know, we don't all start equal. I heard this definition of like fate and destiny that I really like. Fate being like what we're born with, our DNA and our circumstances and our background, our parents, our country, our society, and then our destiny being what we create based on our fate. And as we're all aware, some people that are born with a lot less privilege and their environments are so much more challenging, they're not going to be able to, you know, have the same experiences as us, or go as far as some of us that have had more positive upbringings or more education behind us, that kind of thing.
about conditioning, when you talk about conditioning, are we conditioned to reach our upper limits again based on, you know, confidence versus humility? You know, some people have this entitlement air behind them, and some people just always feel defeated. How do you take those defeated people and bring them to a level of confidence?
I mean, you know, again, that's a good question. I mean, how do I help people that are feeling sort of low, hopeless, or defeated in some way, and help them realize that you can never give up, and that there's always another opportunity or possibility. In my life, I've gone through some very difficult situations and experiences, a point in my life where I lost my health and I lost my business and I lost a lot of my self-esteem and the woman I was living with at the time and so on and so on. And it was such a devastating experience. But the one thing that I've learned on the other side of it as I built my life and my business back was that you can never give up, and that it's really important to keep going no matter what. Now, there are times when you have to take a break and you have to actually reevaluate or do something differently, or hire a coach or somebody that can really help you. Obviously, you have to hire the right person, otherwise it could be problematic. But the key is to never, ever, ever, ever give up, because once you do, oh, look out. That's when really bad stuff starts to happen.
Like what?
Well, if you give up, then you can wind up in a situation where you lose a lot of time in your life, months to years, depending on how long you gave up for. You know, there are a fair amount of people that, you know, are battling with addictions, and anybody that's struggled with addiction would know that if you give up and you let that addiction run you, then you're going to wind up in a really bad place at some point, and then it's going to be that much harder on the other side of it. So never giving up, persevering, I think is a really important part of being successful in life and business.
And how do you persevere? Do you do it spiritually? Do you do it emotionally? Do you do it, you know, just in your head? How do you do it?
Well, look, there are times in life when we, you know, get off track. All of us get off track. I mean, this thing is complex. Many of us don't have a lot of mentors or guides or coaches along the way that can really help us not get off track. So we're all going to make mistakes and we're all going to get off track. But the key is to actually slow down and take some time and evaluate, is this situation working for me or isn't it? Whether it's a marriage, a business relationship, a corporate job, so on and so on, or the kind of job that you're in right now where you might not be satisfied. you want to ask yourself, what can I do differently here? Maybe I need to hire somebody that can actually guide me in some way. You know, I do business coaching and life coaching. Part of what's amazing about it and fun about it is I get to guide all these people that are ready to work with me. I get to guide them on how to create a much more successful life than they might do otherwise or on their own. That's really fun for me.
That's awesome. Well, thank you very much once again. It's always been enjoyable as usual.
Thank you.
Anything you want to add to about what?
Well,
we
I
were
think
just
that,
talking
again,
about?
the fundamental principle of this video is that perseverance is absolutely fundamental to success in life and business. So please, never, ever give up.
Awesome.
Thank you.